This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
That feels significant. Let's go to the toilet first. Notice. I don't see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? Ever heard of the phrase peeping Tom? Maybe? I'm so funny. What's going on here? What's this say? Don't touch. This is the 5th time? So is he just continuously trapped in here? What if... Oh, that's kind of sad. Pictures of him and his kid or something like that. Is he in there? Is he dead? Is this the guy who's meant to be dead? I don't know. Okay, and... Sarah Brooke, Chris McLean. Is it... No, Chris is the one who's dead, isn't it? Well, he didn't make his fucking bed, did he? Just because you're an astronaut doesn't mean you can't just make a mess everywhere. What are these? Drilling reports. No one cares. Go away. Oh, yeah, because... Is he a twin? He was, wasn't he? Oh, but he's torn it, so... They didn't get on? Tom Touch OS. I don't want to touch Tom, thank you. Not now we know he's a peeping Tom. Get a lot of whiskey on Europa? Who knows? Oh, he's Canadian. Oh, that's cool. And it's a map of Earth. We don't need that. A globe. Oh, are they his kids? Oh. He's a lucky man. Not many people give birth to a snowman. Snowman. So look, this is very sad. I appreciate this. She had nobody but her Labrador, clearly. Oh, what's this? Can you read this? Dear Tom, knowing that you're always watching, I thought I would write you a letter. As you no longer reside in my mind, I've decided to transform my thoughts to text. I want you to do so in the form of a history lesson. A lesson that perhaps you'll find condescending, but it's slightly more for my sake than yours. Alan Turing is considered the father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Perhaps a lesser known part of his life was his contributions to the field of biology. Why do you suppose his interest in these two separate fields? I assume it was because he believed the world to be illogical and understandable. He was a mathematician. He seemed to believe that the great complexity of the universe could be explained with simple rules. 2 years before his suicide in 1952, Alan Turing developed something called a reaction diffusion system. Inside the academic world, this work is cited more than his work on computers. It can be genuinely formalised as a one-line equation. Wow, that's quite an intense equation there, isn't it? I'm no mathematician, however, in plain English, this equation describes the things that wish to be to diffuse. However, also react with each other during the process. Okay, so things that wish to diffuse also react with each other in the process. I'm sure this sounds strange to you, or at very least tangential to our lives here on Europa. What relevance does it have to anything here? Reaction diffusion systems show how patterns are created. They show how the leopard got his spots, how the zebra got its stripes, but my real interest here is Turing's interest. That nature can be formalised, that we can understand the natural world in mathematical terms. That's beautiful. I love that. Turing created a test to answer the question, can a machine impersonate a human? The intrigue behind that being, can the human mind be simulated by a machine? Why ask that question? To prove that the human mind is a machine. I'm not sure that it's Turing's opinion, however. Concerning consciousness, he states this. This is quite an essay. According to the most extreme form of this view, the only way by which one could be sure that a machine thinks is to be the machine and to feel oneself thinking. One could then describe these feelings to the world, but of course no one would be justified in taking any notice. Likewise, according to this view, the only way to know that a man thinks is to be that particular man. I'm loving the philosophy in this game. Wow, just cool. Just play this game, everyone play this game. I hope I'm not ruining it for everyone. If a human mind exists within a physical world, it obeys the same rules of physics and chemistry as every other thing in the world. Therefore, like all of nature, it is merely reactive. It is curious that that nature would create, through the mechanics of determinism, creatures that believe that they have free will. Conversely, I suppose, if we conclude that we are all machines, we only come to this conclusion in a predetermined manner. We cannot claim credit for our discovery, as it is just a product of nature's genius, not our own. A humbling idea, I think. Behaviourism. Maybe we are more similar than we think. Sarah. Wow. I'm glad I took the time out to read that. That makes me very happy. Okay, anyway, back to the game. Wow. I feel like I just need to take a moment and digest that. But nope, we shall continue. Such are you. Let's go. Any other interesting documents? What's this? Wow. Okay, the whole team experienced nausea during the large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I'm concerned that this is not an instance of mass hysteria. Vital signs were affected. It caused a uniform surge in heart rate that was detected in all members of the crew and reporting to ISA. This is the log of everything that's happened. Oh shit. Shit, there is so much here. Okay, I reported the nauseous incident to the ISA. They offered an explanation of electrical disturbance to our central nervous system. That is ludicrous. An electrical surge large enough to affect our nervous system would have done more than make the team feel ill. I'm going to experiment with some shock therapy. I've discovered that electronic fields disturb our telemetry implants in a way I didn't expect. I've contacted the ISA. Strangely, Tom was not comfortable with my attempts to disturb the implant. Interesting. The ISA have reported back informing that I am not to disturb the implants. They have also encouraged me not to discuss this further with the team. I can't read that. I'm continuing to investigate. Okay, I've been running some experiments outside of Tom's view. I can tell he knows this. He's been acting differently around me, like an offended child. I feel increasingly nauseous. These implants seem to have neural connectivity. Out of body experiences are more frequent now. What in the hell is going on in this place? I've established a definite correlation against my knowledge. Against my knowledge, I have been implanted with a device that affects my mind. I used my opportunities and regular health checkups to investigate the crew. We all have them. Every single one of us is implanted with some mind-altering contraption. Tom has been encouraging the team not to worry about my mental health. He requests that I retire away from the crew. Misinformation. Wow. This is very, very dark very suddenly, isn't it? I cannot will myself to investigate this further. I grow tired quickly. I cannot think straight. I am not sure if the implant is affecting my thoughts anymore. I believe it is trying to subdue my mind. I think I'm going to attempt an excision. I'm going to remove this implant. I'm typing with my left hand now. The excision went wrong. I've successfully removed the implant. Unfortunately, I lost my hand in the operation. What the fuck? Tom is very angry. The crew refuse to talk to me. Apparently, I'm a bad influence. Sarah patched me up. I wonder if the nature of the organism and its disturbance of my DNA caused my awakening from Tom's influence. If so, that would make for worrisome revelation. Perhaps this organism is not so friendly. Okay, that's quite a big jump. What the hell happened between the 4th and the 5th of April? That's interesting. Dan informed me ISA have called for my termination. My masochistic experiment proves I'm a danger to the mission. Fortunately, he chose not to lock me in the brig. I'm going to investigate this implant further. I have to hide my work. The team are becoming increasingly aggressive. They seem to oppose my work to understand the implant. Does not help that Tom is encouraging them to distrust me. It's all going very Lord of the Flies, isn't it? Okay, I have discovered the nature of the implant. It's a complex computer. It interfaces with the human mind directly. It seems to condition the mind through Pavlovian and instrumental conditioning, eliciting feelings of euphoria when the wearer is obedient and dysphoria when they are disobedient. It also has the effect of suppressing impulses in the frontal lobe, presumably to lower free will. It seems to interface crudely with the motor neuron cells through the cerebellum. It is my hypothesis that the crew is controlled by the implant. That is their strong aversion to helping me. I need a method of suppressing its impact. Perhaps a drug? Riluzole? I don't know. Maybe an antidepressant to minimise the conditioning effects, combined with a strong electromagnetic field. I could use one of the industrial electromagnets from the construction robots. Do you reckon that's the accident that happened to, was it Chris? I can't remember. I have managed to get Chris on my side. He's agreed to test some medical procedures with me in private. It will be more difficult one-handed, but I must persevere. I'm hoping to keep this out of the eyes of Tom, but I have a feeling he will still be listening. Wow, okay. Well, everyone's got a dog at least. Okay, wow. And obviously they had no bed. So did they get moved to the brig in the end, do we think? Huh. That's cool. Empty jar. This, oh no, this, I get it. This is obviously the doctor's. This is actual, it's not his quarters. I thought this was his quarters. Anyway, such are you. Lots of reading in this episode, but yeah, the story's kind of incredible. I'm loving it. Very sinister. More text. It's another biggie. Okay. Lots of plants and things. Yeah. I'm not sure, guys, if you don't like me reading all this, if you'd rather do it yourselves, please leave a comment with regards to this, because otherwise I'm just going to read through everything, yeah? Okay. Let's go here. Okay, so this is to Chris McLean. Okay, this is an internal email. We found an extremophile. Okay, an organism that lives in extreme conditions that survives massive doses of radiation. Radiation damages DNA. The extremophile has a virus living inside it. The extremophile scavenges DNA from other organisms, which the virus uses to repair the extremophile's damaged DNA. Essentially, they work together to survive in what's called a symbiotic relationship. The reply comes, so what's the implication? What does it do? In some ways, it's an immortal relationship. It doesn't seem to age biologically. Aging and death are ultimately caused by DNA damage. We have the ability to fix our DNA, but that ability is limited. This organism can repair damage caused by massive doses of radiation. If we could harness this power, we could potentially eliminate biological aging as what is known as, I can't make that out on my screen, senescence? It's a bit blurry. Anyway, so you found something that could make humans immortal. Not exactly. There are many causes of death other than DNA, like, I don't know, getting an anvil dropped on your head in a cartoon manner. It would not save you from trauma, from brain damage, from cardiac arrest, etc., but it could potentially cure cancers and many genetic diseases and massively increase life expectancy. Huh. They found the fountain of youth here. What's this one say? Okay. Another internal mail on a separate data pad. Okay. Hi, Matthew. We've been studying organism 119. Please find attached scanning electron microscope image which appears to show pilus formation. We hypothesize that this is a stress response due to high levels of radiation. We plan to infect a human cell line with organism 119 and perform irradiation experiments with flow cytometry. Okay, this is above my field right now. I have no idea what cytometry is. Please, if you don't know, let me know. Would this be appropriate? It would be great if you could get the department to look at the SEM image. Okay, cool. Hey Sochi, it was great to see the image. Wow, yet more complex life on Europa. More? Huh. So there's lots of complex life here. Okay, Deinonychus radiodarums might be worth looking at as it survives very high levels of radiation here on Earth. Similarly, you should consider looking at Sulfophus, I don't know, words. Produce pilla in response to radiation and uses them to transfer DNA. Perhaps your organism uses a similar mechanism. Have you considered the organism 119 is transferring or scavenging DNA as a method of surviving radiation? As you well know, in terms of radiation, Europa receives 5.4 SV per day, over 300,000 times the level on Earth. The organism must have evolved such a high resistance to radiation as a necessity of survival. That said, the radiation beneath Theria macula is much lower due to the thick ice crust. Radiation experiments with flow cytometry sound like an appropriate course of action. Huh. Hi Matthew. We've attached an image confirming that the organism 119 attaches to human cells. We will proceed with irradiation experiments on these cells. We propose naming organism 119 Europa radiophilus. What do you think? Hi Matthew. We've now run the radiation experiments and can confirm that E. radiophilus does indeed seem to confer resistance to radiation. See attached. We assume survival is due to DNA damage repair. We tagged various DNA repair enzymes with GFP and have found that DNA double strand break repair is occurring. See attached GFP images. Oh wow, there's just so much content here. Hi Sochi, something's amiss. We don't know what's performing the repair. The lab doesn't know how E. radiophilus, good name, could repair DNA. Have you considered that another organism may be in a symbiotic relationship with E. radiophilus? Perhaps a virus? That's a very leading conversation, isn't it? We ran a PCR on the human cells exposed to E. radiophilus to see if there was a virus present. We have discovered an unknown virus which we have named Unknown Europa Virus, UEV. Gel electrophoresis image attached. This is phenomenal. We need to sequence this. Okay. We've finished sequencing it. Data attached. It's a virus unlike any we've ever seen. Maybe we've found a cure for senescence, a form of biological immortality. We are running some long-term tests on plants and mice to see the effects. Okay, the plants are clearly exhibiting longer lifespans when exposed to the organism. We don't have facilities here to continue testing. We're going on to human testing. We're going to use ourselves as subjects. It's the only way to accelerate progress. Wow. So the writers for this game, the designers, really did their research, didn't they? There's a lot going on in this game, an awful lot.